it was a great call. I don't care what everyone says about VAR, and this is coming from someone that is actually an Egypt fan who was really mad at how VAR took away that goal, but that's a different story for a different day. This was a brilliant use of VAR because it got rid of the thing that everybody, in particular in America, hates, which is diving, flopping, whatever you want to call it. You simply cannot do it because the dive is what led to the Paredes yellow card, which was then reviewed by VAR, and it was clearly shown as a dive. You cannot argue with the evidence. And the dumbest thing about that dive is that there was really no benefit from getting a foul in that position. You're going away from goal. I can understand if you're doing that in the box and getting a penalty, or you're doing that right outside the penalty area and you could get a really good free kick. But to do it running towards the sideline is absolutely insane. So if you want, I'm looking at you, if you want diving out of the game, tonight is a great night because obviously there's going to be a bajillion people that watch this. And now every single player with all the eyeballs in the world on this game knows that, hey, if you dive and you get caught, you can get a critical card in a critical moment. So anytime something like this is enforced, it is a good thing for the game moving forward. So not only did I want the yellow card to be given, I also don't understand anyone really arguing to the contrary, which is why you bring back in some extra context from earlier in the game where it was actually these two exact same players. Embolo fouled Paredes late, and Paredes really sold it. That's part of it. He was fouled, and Embolo got the yellow card. So you can't really complain if you're already on a yellow card, knowing that something could give you another yellow card, which is technically called embellishment, which in America people call it flopping. In actual European football, it's called diving. We all know that. Okay. The second thing that I found to be very interesting is people want to have it both ways. And I think a big reason why so many people were angry about this dive is that so many people think VAR and FIFA are in it for Argentina. There's been some weird things about the referees in some of these games and so on and so on. And I could get that once again. I wanted Egypt to beat Argentina. I saw Egypt in the round of 32 versus Australia in Dallas, top 5 sporting event of my life. I'm a big Mo Salah fan. So I understand that this kind of fed into the narrative. If you are, it was ironic that this game was in Kansas City. If you are an American football fan, you've seen this with the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots and the Golden State Warriors, that they get a favorable whistle or the Jordan whistle or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, there are calls such as the Messi cleat in the back of the calf that we could talk about, but this was one of the best calls I have ever seen. I'm glad that they did something to fix literally the most egregious thing that people have problems with in the game of soccer. I would say people moan and complain more about the diving than they do the lack of goals or whatever.